Welcome to the Alabama A&M Football Review. Highlights, features, and analysis with head coach Connell Maynor. Brought to you by Protective Life, Union Chapel Missionary Baptist Church, and University Kia.
Good evening and welcome to the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynor. I'm the man sitting next to the man, your host, Ted Dixie. Coach, this has to be one of the hardest victories that we let go. Bulldogs lose 20-10 down in Southern. Coach, the play that everyone's going to talk about is we going in, hopefully to get to a tying or a touchdown and bring us within 1 point or an extra point from tying the ball game.
Yeah, we did inside zone there and gave the ball to Eaglin, and it looked like he got across the goal line, and then the ball came out, and they ruled it was a fumble. I thought, all the ball got to do is touch the white. So I was thinking it was touchdown. They should have ran in saying touchdown because they really didn't see it at the beginning, the fumble at the beginning. So anyway, all turnovers was reviewed. They said the replay said it was a fumble, and they confirmed it, that he fumbled before he got in the end zone. So that's what we had to go with. But that was a huge play in the football game. Again, that, like you say, that put us within 1 point. We keep the extra point. We got a tie ball game. We got the momentum. We in good shape right there. But we didn't make the play. They made a play. So you got to take your hats off to those guys and their defense. I always tell our guys, we don't want to put it in the officials' hands. Right. We want to go across the line, get up, and hand them the ball. He's saying, well, I scored. Well, no, they said you didn't. So don't put that in our hands. Don't do that. Just score the ball. Get up and hand the ball to the officials, and they cannot make a bad call. So we got to keep fighting. We got to keep playing. Just one of those situations.
There's an anomaly, if you will, folks, with the SWAC schedule this year. Southern had 2 games against conference opponents, but they don't count on their conference statistics. All of our games count in the conference statistics. And doing this as long as I've been doing it, 1 conference loss does not put you out of the conference championship race.
No, it doesn't. We still control our own destiny. Now, if it would have been against somebody on our side, then we would need them to lose again. Well, actually, we have to lose twice, probably. Right. But since we haven't lost against anybody on our side, we still control our own destiny. If we went out, we beat everybody on our side. If we got somebody else that got 1 loss, we got a tiebreaker against them. So we still control our own destiny. Our backs are up against the wall because we can't lose again. But if we just went out, take care of business, get this cleaned up from Saturday, and move forward, we'll be fine.
As a head coach, watching Coach Dooley and what he went through last week, starting 0-2, and as someone said during the game, last week for them looked like homecoming. And their crowd was a little bit disappointing, but 11,000 still showed up. That's a lesson for us. When Coach Dooley was against the wall, he got his student athletes to respond. I would ask you, what did you learn from his situation that you can apply?
I don't know. We just need support just like they had support. Their backs was kind of up against the wall, even though it was their first home game, but it was 0-2 and they just lost at home. So they didn't want to lose 2 in a row at home. And so they came out and supported, and the crowd made a difference. The crowd was loud. In situations that they need to be loud, they made noise, and they came out and supported their team. So, again, our season isn't over. We can still accomplish all our goals. So we need our crowd to come out Thursday night and make some noise and show up and support these guys, and let's get back on the winning track, and let's take this thing.
Quincy Casey started at quarterback because Xavier Langford could not go. How does he look?
Oh, he's fine. He'd be fine. He was a little banged up. If he had to go, we didn't have nobody else, he probably would have had to play. Don't know how effective he would have been, but we want to make sure, what's most important is these young men's health. And, they still got to live the rest of their life. And you want to be able to play with your kids and run around and throw balls and play catch with them. And so their health is most important. And if there's any kind of doubt about their health and their future, we're going to hold them out and make sure that they get back. It's just a football game we play, but we're talking about somebody's life. And so Xavier will be fine. He might be able to play this week. He might not. If not, we'll wait till the next week.
Next person up.
Yep.
We'll get a chance to look at the first half highlights when we come back from the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynor.
Engineering and science usually look like this, but our students build race cars from the ground up, explore wind tunnels, particle accelerators, and crystal growth. Our studies in cybersecurity and rocket propulsion have tech companies like Google and SpaceX recruiting at Alabama A&M University, with one of the highest percentages of women STEM graduates in the country. Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
Don't get hit hard by low trade offers.
Get up to $5,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for any trade at University Kia. Check out our large selection of new Kias. University Kia proudly supports Alabama A&M University football. Go Bulldogs!
Union Chapel Missionary Baptist Church, a church with a big heart of love. Located at 315 Winchester Road in Huntsville, Alabama. Under the leadership of Dr. O. Wendell Davis. The worship services begin at 7:45 a.m. and 10:45 a.m. every Sunday. Now, we pray that you are blessed by our worship experience.
In golf, if you make a mistake, there is a mulligan. Well, in God, if you make a mistake, there is mercy. Aren't you glad God has mercy for your mistakes? Hello, I am PT, Pastor Troy. I want to invite you to come and worship with us at the Fellowship of Faith, where Jesus is exalted and the Word is explained. We love Alabama A&M. Go Bulldogs.
Companies hunger for our food scientists. Here, a new generation manages our cities of tomorrow. The discovery of hardier plants, healthier animals, is growing at our research station, Alabama A&M University, where new designs and ideas are put to the test. Be a researcher in our labs or a forestry fire dog in our fields. Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
Thank you for watching the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynor. I'm Ted Dixie, coach. Those watching the game or listening to the broadcast last night on 90.9 FM WJAB heard the name Gary Qualls Jr. That was our Gary Qualls, right?
Yes, it was.
How is it with the transfer portal now? And this is a very wide question, coach, so answer to don't. The transfer portal allows people to move around a lot. Now it seems like that you're a professional coach because someone who was on your team now is playing on another team that has to play you.
Yeah, you know, that's what the portal allows. It allows these guys the freedom to go where they want to go. And Gary decided to go in the portal last year. I think he went to UNLV first. He was there in the spring. That didn't work out. And then he got with Southern some kind of way. And I'm happy for him. I'm happy for all these young men. Even if they're not playing for me, as long as they're playing for somebody, getting their education, which Gary did, That's what's most important. And he had a good game against us. I think he scored 2 touchdowns, and he ran hard. Didn't have a lot of rushing yards. The defense did a great job in stopping the run. But he was able to get in the end zone, I think, twice. So, good luck to those guys the rest of the season. And, we got to take care of business on the outside. If they went out and we went out, we'll see them again in the championship.
That's right. It'll be a good matchup, no doubt, Coach. Now looking forward to the second half. It's 10-3 as the score. The defense made an incredible stop at the end of the first half to keep them out of the end zone, and it would have been worse. But you held on, Coach, and you're able to look for the second half for an opportunity to still win the ball game. Yeah,
that was a big defensive stand there before the half. I called some timeouts to get us the ball back, and then we took a sack on first down, and then that allowed them to use their timeouts, got them the ball back, and they drove it down, and had a chance to get some points. They could have kicked, and they decided to go for the touchdown and try to put us away. And the defense came up with a big stop, caused a turnover, and we recovered in the end zone. So they brought it out to the 20. We just took a knee, went into halftime, and we got a game. We're right where we want to be. We didn't play our best ball the first half, but you got to take your hats off to those guys because they play just like we do, and they play to stop us. They on scholarship just like we are. So, it was a ball game. We was right where we want to be, and we just thought we can go in and get it going and start executing our running game better, our passing game better, and for the defense to keep playing the way they did. And we came out of the second half and battled, and we got it down there. Made it a game, got down 2 scores. We scored, got the ball back, drove it down, got to the 1-yard line, and then we fumbled it. And fumbled it through the end. Same thing they did before the half.
Right.
And
which they reviewed for like 2 minutes and then put 4 seconds back on the clock.
Right. I didn't see them call timeout. They said they called timeout, so it is what it is. But anyway, we fought. The guys fought. The defense fought. The offense managed to get a score and get it back in scoring position, and we just hold on to the ball. We got a tie ball game. We didn't, but the guys kept fighting. They never gave up, and I'm proud of them for that. I'm just not proud of the outcome of the game.
I know we saw a lot of disappointment getting back on the airplane when we flew back from Baton Rouge, Coach. The determination to take disappointment and turn it into victory, what's that going to be like for you this week?
Well, it's adversity. How you going to handle adversity? We're going to start pointing the fingers, blaming the offense, blaming the special teams, blaming this, blaming that. No, we're going to look in the mirror. We're going to start in the mirror. Nobody played a perfect game. And so we're going to start in the mirror. Everybody got to get better. Defense got to play better. Offense got to play better. Special teams got to play better. It's a puzzle. We need every piece of the puzzle. If one piece of the puzzle is missing, the puzzle don't work. So it's a puzzle. We need every piece of the puzzle to fit. Special teams, offense, defense, no matter what your role is, that piece of the puzzle has to fit, and you have to be ready to play. And so now we're going to see what we're made of. We got some adversity, and either it's going to destroy you or it's going to make you stronger. And I think it's going to make us stronger.
I joked with Coach Boulware. One day I walked in his office this summer, and he had not cut his hair, and he had a beard because he was in the lab, I called it. Are we going to see you with a little bit of fuzz on your face this week? You going to be in the lab, Coach?
Well, no, it's got a short week, so I don't have enough time to grow any. I'm just going to keep it like this and try to get everybody a little bit better. Offense, defense, special teams, that's my job. Get these guys fired up. Let them know that that's not the season. It's one game. If we'd have won the game, we still got a short week. We still got to come back Thursday night and play Pine Bluff at home. And so we didn't, but when we lost the game, we still got to play Pine Bluff. We got to put that behind us. We can't live off that. If even we'd have won the game, we can't live off that. We got to play again this week. We got to watch tape on Pine Bluff. We got to be ready to play. We got to correct those mistakes we made last night. So we lost the game. We're still in the same situation. We got to correct those mistakes. Don't make those mistakes anymore. Watch the Pine Bluff film. Get a good game plan, offense, defense, special teams. Then we got to come out and execute Thursday night. And then we got a little bit of extra time to get prepared for our next football game. So it hurts us this week, but it helps us next week. So we just got to take care of business, go back to the basics, see what we did wrong, get it corrected, and go from there.
I know we saw offensive coordinator Dwayne Taylor on the airplane last night with his notepad out and already charting plays. I don't know if he was actually doing the charting, but he looked like he was trying to get in the lab.
Oh, he was in the lab. He was already charting last night's game because he know when he comes in this morning, he has to do Pine Bluff. So he already went over last night so he can make his corrections when we have film with the players. And then we get going on Pine Bluff. So when he come in this morning, he already be on Pine Bluff. He did that last night. Watched the game tape last night on the bus. So just being prepared, you know, that's part of being a short week, man. You know, we work long hours, and that's just part of the job. We love doing what we do.
So let's take it to one step further. Everyone's trying to make some changes. Everyone has to improve. Everyone has to get better, Coach. How do you tie all that up in a bow by Wednesday evening?
Just like I said, just right back to practice. Learn from our mistakes, so we messed up on, the plays we bust on, the plays we didn't execute on, why we didn't execute, and you learn from it. You learn from this game, and then you get better and you start going back. We got to get back to go to work tomorrow, practice, and start working on those things and put them together, and that's what it's all about.
Coach mentioned Pine Bluff, so here's some programming notes. Thursday morning at 8:30, you'll be able to watch Dr. Paul Bryant on the Hill live. Please see AAMUsports.com for more information about that. Then also the game against Pine Bluff, it's a Thursday night game. Say that again, Ted. It's a Thursday night game on ESPN Plus. That means you'll see big lights, ESPNU. You'll see big lights in North Huntsville that day. It's a Thursday. The kickoff is at 6:30. That means you need to leave work a little bit early, folks. Let your folks go. Come on out to the stadium and enjoy some Bulldog football. Thursday night, Coach, what are we going to see?
All right, we're going to see the Bulldogs ready to go, man. We're going to play hard for 60 minutes. That's all we can do. And, you know, the defense is flying around. They're going to play great offensively. We just got to execute a little bit better. Again, we got to be a little bit more consistent, and I think we'll be Thursday night. We got a TV game. We're going to have a big crowd, and we'll be ready to go.
When we come back, we'll close up this edition of the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynor.
Darryl brings new energy to the power plant. Julian's accounting is by the numbers. They're student interns from the College of Business and Public Affairs at Alabama A&M University, where marketing class connects with the community and companies come to recruit. So while Kyle strengthens his managerial skills, he's earning a business degree and experience at Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
Hello, I'm Pastor Troy. The game of football is a lot like the game of life. You have to tackle your problems and block your fears. I just want you to know there is victory in Jesus. I want to invite you to worship with us at one of our anointed services at our Huntsville campus or our Madison campus. At the Fellowship of Faith, Jesus is exalted and the word is explained. We love Alabama A&M. Go Bulldogs.
Parker is 29 and learning to communicate again. The students teaching him earn a degree with 100% job placement. But the real reward is changing a life. At Alabama A&M, it's a university where agencies actually go to recruit compassionate students who help themselves by helping others. Service is sovereignty at Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
Again, thank you for watching the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynor. I am your host, Ted Dixie. So let me extol you here for a moment, folks. Thursday night, kickoff at 6:30 p.m., University of Arkansas Pine Bluff comes to town. Coincidentally, both of the SWAC championships that we have won have been against Pine Bluff in the championship game. Pine Bluff has had a coaching change, coach. They're trying to go in a new, different direction. They're probably going to bring some stuff here, but they had a tough game last night.
They did. They had a tough game, but they pulled it out. And, they got a new coach, and they playing well. They playing well. He got those guys flying around. Those guys are hungry. They coming off a win. And so I think this will be their first conference game. And so they want to get off to a 1-0 start. And they got aspiration on winning the championship. So they're going to come up here ready to go and fight us for 60 minutes. And we got to be ready to match their intensity and fight them for 60 minutes and get out here with a W. But it'll be a hard-fought game. We look forward to the challenge. It's a great challenge, another opportunity for our guys to go out and play well in front of our home crowd and get a W. So we look forward to it.
Coach, we're going to help you out. So kickoff at 5:30. That means Bulldog Walk is at 5 o'clock. That means be lined up out here on the drive right in front of the barn about 4:45. Get to know your friends and neighbors and get ready to extol these young men who do so much for you that a Thursday night game gives you an opportunity to show them how much you love them, and it's not on senior day. Thursday night games, Coach, someone's going to ask, what's the difference between playing on Thursday night versus playing on Saturday night? No church on the next day?
No, as far as we know, we don't know the difference between Thursday and Saturday. It's just the day of the week, but it's a short week for us. That's what it boils down to. Playing on Thursday, it's a short week, 2 less days to prepare. But they have 2 less days to prepare, too. So it's not a advantage or disadvantage for anybody. It's just the fact that we have to get prepared earlier, and we play on Thursday night. So we're playing up under the lights, prime time, Thursday night. So you got nothing to do, call in Friday, come on out, support your Bulldogs Thursday night.
I'm telling you to call in Thursday and Friday, and I would overlook that for you. Coach, when we talk about home crowds, it's a maroon and white game, so pick it. Everybody go in your closet, pick one. Hey, how about getting both? And then you can change at halftime like the team does. One thing about Southern, we'll go back here for a second. That's a long way from the locker room to the field for your team. How does that affect your halftime preparation?
Well, because of the walk is so long, we actually go on the home side up under the stadium, and they got like a locker room that's supposed to be a locker room for the stadium, for the home team. But it's too small.
Or are we too big?
No. Well, no, we're not too big because it actually is supposed to be for the home team. So you should be able to dress 100 people in there.
Okay.
But you can't, and it's smaller, and it's hot up under there. But it is what it is. We're on the road. What we're going to do? Walk back 5 minutes, and then we're going back another 5 minutes at halftime. So you just got to deal with every situation, man. We don't make excuses. We're winners. We find a way. You find a way to win the game. You find a way to win a championship. You find a way to put clothes on the table. You find a way to put food on the table, clothes on their back. That's what fathers do. That's what winners do, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to find a way. No matter what the circumstance is, we're not going to complain. We're just going to find a way. We go up on the stadium. It's hot, small. Okay, well, get some Gatorade. We meet, go back out, and let's play some football, That's what I'm teaching these guys, Don't make excuses. Don't make excuses. Find a way. Find a way to get it done. Find a way to pass the class. Find a way to graduate. Find a way to start. Find a way to make the play. Find a way to win the game, And that's what it's all about. And that's what we're trying to teach these guys. And we don't want them to go and make excuse for everything. Because once you start, you ain't going to stop.
That means Thursday night game, 6:30 p.m. But see, Thursday morning, you've got On the Hill Live with Dr. Paul Bryant as your host. The pregame show for the evening's kickoff at 6:30, which means you can hear the pregame show starting at 6 o'clock at 90.9 FM, WJAB. And, of course, we'll be back here on Channel 54, WZDX, for the Alabama A&M Football Review. Coach, another thing that someone is thinking about, it's hard to look for a fan. It's hard not to look down the schedule. The importance of this game is not only to get back on the winning track, but then get ready because we go to Grambling the next week, so you get a long weekend there.
Yeah, but this is the most important game. And the next game is always the most important game. This game sets up Grambling game. So this is the biggest game of the season. We got to get prepared for Pine Bluff, and then we worry about Grambling after that because we got a couple extra days to prepare for Grambling. This is the biggest game of the season. It's always the next game. It sets up the next game. So we got to worry about Pine Bluff, take care of them on a short week, and then we get ready for our next opponent after that.
Again, I misspoke. It's not Grambling next. It's going to be Tuskegee after that. But that's at least at home. So right now you get to sit in your bed for a long period of time, Coach, and that should help you. Can you treat that like it's a mini camp?
Well, we'll get a couple of days off, and so we'll need it. It's early, but we got some guys banged up, and so we get this W Thursday night. We get them off Friday and Saturday. We come back Sunday, and then their normal off day Monday, and we'll be on regular schedule. So they get 3 out of 4 days off after Thursday night's game. So we get a big W Thursday night, and then get some rest, get some treatment, get back healed up a little bit, and we get ready for homecoming in Tuskegee.
That's a big thank you to Emmett Brackett and her staff for keeping us good and healthy. Dedrick Bartee, our strength and conditioning coach, someone mentioned that wanted to know about the strength of the team and being in shape. We had no cramps last night, and it started at 90 degrees with high humidity before the ball game, so that's a tribute to how you're getting the student athletes prepared to play. Yeah,
we practice early, and it's probably not ever over 75 degrees at our practice.
Especially with the new field, which is 20 degrees cooler.
Correct. And so our guys understand that. We harp on it. I preach on it every day. Another beautiful day, 73 degrees. But when we play, it's going to be 85, 90. So the guys got to understand that they have to go hard during practice. They got to push themselves. Then at the end of practice, when we do conditioning, it's not punishment, but you got to run hard because you're not practicing in the weather you're going to play in. And so I think the guys have bought into that, understand that, and done a super job of pushing themselves, getting in shape. So in the game, we won't be tired, we won't be cramping up, and we'll be able to play and not lose a game because we're tired.
And of course, Coach, we're going to go right back through this one more time so I can get you ready to come out here and support Coach Maynor and his team. Kickoff Thursday night is at 6:30 p.m. That means the pregame show may be heard at 90.9 FM WJEB beginning at 6 o'clock p.m. But at 8:30 that morning, if you want to take both those days off, go right ahead, feel free. But 8:30 Thursday morning, you can come down to Lewis Cruz Stadium and be on the set of On the Hill Live with Dr. Paul Bryant as your host. So, for head coach Connell Maynor, who'll be speaking at my church tomorrow night, thank you so much. I'm Ted Dixie, your host. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next Sunday night after the Bulldogs have another victory. So, thank you for watching the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynor.
Bulldog fans, thank you for joining us today for the Alabama A&M University Football Review. Bulldog faithful, we encourage your support and participation. Until next time, go Bulldogs!